30 stop 56. And addressed to Sharifa Hamad.
His wife?
It's a woman's name. Someone he can trust.
Inside the Royal Palace?
Why should he send a cabling code to his wife? Coding come up with anything fresh yet?
I agree with you. Refer to the Quran.
Let me see.
Surah 30, verse 56.
Oh, yeah. You have stayed away until the day of resurrection. This is the day of resurrection.
It sounds like a summons. To his wife?
No. No, obviously his wife Sharifa was meant to pass the message on.
To whom?
Day of resurrection. Sounds a bit apocalyptic, don't you think? Rising glorified from the dead. Considering all we know of the political boiling pot in El there's only one possible person Dr. Hamad could summon thus. And for only one possible reason.
I hope you're wrong.
So do I, so do I. I think we're beginning to see the end of an era in El
Unless we can do something to stop it.
Oh, my dear Ford. Meddling in the internal affairs of an Arab state.
Poor Sultan Omar.
As you say. And a good friend of ours, too. No, not meddling, Ford. Common courtesy. I think Prince Rashid should see this.
Oh, Commander Jennings at the Foreign Office. He says you're expecting him.
Foreign Office?
How do you do? Professor Hardy.
How do you do?
All set, sir?
For what?
Willard been in touch?
Sorry?
The Central London coroner, Robert Willard. Supposed to have phoned you.
Oh, well, he couldn't, could he? Susan, would you? 4-piece, pull the plug.
Oh, yes, I see.
What's it all about?
Well, I think you'd better hear that direct, sir. Forgive me asking, but are you Jewish?
By faith, blood, or just inclination?
The former two will do.
Oh, hello. I have Professor Hardy for Mr. Willard, please. Thank you. They're just getting in.
Sure.
Do sit down.
Willard? Yes, I'm sorry about that. Oh. Well, if it's that urgent, yes, I suppose. Who is it? I have a perfectly serviceable car of my own. Security. Oh, really? Oh, very well, Willard. All right. All right. Extraordinary, really, you Foreign Office people.
Discretion.
Well, Susan, get your coat.
On your own, if you don't mind,
I
sir.
beg your pardon.
Well, as I say, it is a question of discretion. The fewer people involved, the better.
Susan, while you're getting your coat, would you fetch my bag?
Professor, the circumstances...
Yes, involve a post-mortem.
Yes, on a very VIP.
Either Mrs. Bartlett comes, or I do not. Or do you suppose that Mrs. Bartlett or I are going to rush to the nearest telephone and contact the press?
Oh, no, of course not, sir, but there is a question of acceptance.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, well, of course, Willard had absolutely no hesitation in recommending you as a pathologist, but, well, I'm afraid the other party may have reservations.
Other party? A pathologist is appointed by the coroner and him alone.
But not in this case, sir.
What?
Well, shall we go, sir?
All right.
Prince Rashid ibn Isa al-Malik, brother to His Royal Highness the Sultan, Professor Hardy.
I am privileged to greet you, Professor.
Your Highness?
Please, no such formalities. We are all brothers under Allah.
May I present my secretary, Mrs. Bartlett?
I understood Professor Hardy would be unaccompanied.
Well, he has assured me of Mrs. Bartlett's discretion.
However, for the duration of this meeting.
All right, Sue.
Please be seated.
Yes,
To sweeten your greeting.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I see you have a refined sense of taste. You wish to smoke?
Thank you, I don't.
Good. Professor Hardy, are you pious?
I fail to see the relevance of that question.
Relevance?
To a routine post-mortem?
Routine? Commander Jennings, he has told you this?
No, the coroner.
Then I must tell you it is far from routine. Just, my friend, just as this question of your piety is far from irrelevant.
Or perhaps you would explain.
Excuse me, but I wish only to see into your heart for truth. Are you pious?
I hope so.
You do not pray to Jesus?
I've been commissioned by the coroner to perform an autopsy, and I will do so with complete impartiality.
In this instance, as you shall see, other considerations prevail.
Such as?
Do you take alcohol?
Yes.
A gambler?
Actually, no.
Not given to the vices of the flesh?
Not currently.
And these principles you hold to?
To the principle of the pursuit of truth, particularly in the scientific aspect.
Admirable. Everything originates from God.
I respect your view.
You are nearer to us, my friend, than you can see.
Thank you.
Just as Allah is nearer to a man than his jugular vein.
True.
Assalamu alaikum, ya Abi. كيف أنت؟
عليك السلام يا ابن أخي. أنا جئت بسرعة. May I introduce Professor Hardy? My esteemed nephew, Prince Sullman ibn Omar.
Professor, please overlook my intrusion, but I have just returned from ARNE. Naturally, I was anxious to be at my father's side. How is he? You are a consultant?
Professor, if I may ask you...
Of course.
ضيوفنا للكي جينينغز.
Do I proceed?
Please, but only after all is explained.
Yes, of course.
من هو؟ ما الذي يجري هنا؟
سليمان أيها العزيز تصبر على نبي كليم.
Well, are you acceptable to Uncle Rashid?
It would appear so. Unfortunately, we were interrupted by the arrival of Prince Sullman.
Oh, the prince is here. Good.
Why do you say that? Would you be good enough to explain?
The Sultan was over here with his brother, Prince Rashid, to finalize an important trade agreement. He died at 4 o'clock this morning.
Why all the mystery?
Diplomacy, Professor.
Oh.
The Sultan died in the local hospital round the corner. The coroner naturally ordered a post-mortem. Prince Rashid objected, most strongly. The ambassador appealed to us to intervene with the coroner. Finally, a compromise was worked out. The body was released from the clinic, but on one condition. A post-mortem be carried out here, but with a pathologist mutually acceptable to both the coroner and Rashid.
But why did Rashid object in the first place? Surely he must know that these formalities have to be gone through.
Because he was anxious that news of the death shouldn't leak out.
Why?
There is a very delicate situation here. The Sultan's death obviously creates a political vacuum in El Ard. There's a strong revolutionary movement in the country. Outlawed, but nonetheless active for that. Anti-West, anti-monarchist, demanding elections. Coffee?
No, thank you. And, sir?
Sultan Omar has been on the throne for 25 years. During that time, Al-Ahd has emerged from a loose federation of nomadic tribes to being one of the richest countries in the Middle East. A powerful voice in OPEC, but more important from our point of view, a moderating influence against the excesses of Arab nationalism in that area. And his brother, Prince Rashid, was the man he trusted as Prime Minister to implement those policies.
Go on.
The succession now passes to Prince Sullman, the young man you just met. Not as stable as his father. Currently wooed by every conflicting faction in that area. Well, you can see the situation this creates for Rashid.
I don't see what it has to do with my post-mortem.
But you can see the delicacy of the situation in Al-Ahd.
Oh, yes, I can.
If news of the death leaked out before Rashid can get a grip of the situation, he could face a revolution or coup d'etat. It's doubly difficult for him, being away from Al-Ahd. That's why things were kept quiet at the hospital.
Indeed.
And that is why you are here. And that is why it is important for Rashid to be sure of your discretion.
Discretion?
Oh, well, that way, you see, he can choose his own time to announce the death.
It must have put him in a very tricky situation.
It did. There were no more than 2 hours between the Sultan's collapse here and his death in the hospital. By the way, I've arranged for his personal physician, Dr. Hamad, to attend the post-mortem.
Have you?
Yes, I've also arranged for Dr. Davis to be there. He was the doctor on duty at the hospital when the Sultan was admitted.
Anyone else?
Extensive intracerebral hemorrhage. The post-mortem will confirm it.
Any history of high blood pressure?
Yes, he was mildly hypertensive. Also, he was diabetic.
Susan.
He had been pursuing a most strenuous schedule here in London, finalizing a trade agreement with your government. Too much work. He had headaches. Often he was deeply depressed by the demands of state. It was causing him acute insomnia.
What did you prescribe?
Monoamine oxidase antidepressants, barbiturates for sleep, both at minimal dosage.
Any other complaints?
Yes, mild symptoms of peptic ulcers. I prescribed a strict low-fat diet, which was further restricted by the exclusion of such foods as cheese and curds.
Because of the antidepressant drugs?
Exactly so.
Mm-hmm. And last night?
I tested his evening urine and found 2 pluses of sugar. I injected 10 extra units of soluble insulin.
What time was that?
Just after 10 o'clock.
Everything otherwise normal?
Yes.
What then?
At about 3:30 this morning, his valet woke me to say that His Highness was not feeling well and was asking for me, so I went to his room immediately. I found him greatly distressed. He had been woken, he said, by a bad dream, a dream in which he was journeying across the desert.
Nothing more?
He complained of a severe headache. I went to fetch him a barbiturate tablet from his bathroom. When I got back, he'd collapsed. I telephoned for the ambulance. Then I gave him a physical examination. I found the blood pressure alarmingly high, 220 over 130. I also found that his heart rate had increased greatly. I tested his reflexes. These also had increased on the right side with the flexor-plantar reflex. Deep coma, obvious stroke. At the casualty department, this young doctor here took an immediate blood sample.
We rushed it straight through to the path lab for a blood sugar. With his being diabetic, one was hoping for hypoglycemia.
Yes, of course.
But before they could get the results back to us, well, no more than a couple of minutes, I suppose, cardiac arrest. I attempted external massage, then we hooked him up to the ECG, but...
No reading?
Nothing.
No.
We tried electrical stimulation, several drug stimulants. Gone.
Well, you were fortunate that Dr. Hamad was on hand.
Yes.
Everything quite satisfactory, Dr. Hamad?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Right. Well, the result of the blood test?
Came back after he was dead, but it showed his blood sugar level as normal, 130. The other tests, of course, were then abandoned.
So his death had nothing to do with the diabetic condition?
Oh, nothing, no.
Right, gentlemen. Shall we go and take a look?
I must ask you, please, to report the moment you complete your examination.
Of course, but confirmation may depend upon the laboratory tests.
I understand. Yaribina. Rahimakallahu ya Abi. La mafarram min kadarilla.
Well, better than some mortuaries I know. Would you like to stay, Dr. Davis?
Yes, if I may.
Right, please do. And, Susan, I shan't be wanting you for about 10 minutes, so if you prefer to go away.
Thank you.
Thank you. Will you help me?
Yes.
Very kind of it.
Calm yourself, Commander. Come. Sit down. They cannot be much longer.
Forgive me, sir. I find it hard not to be concerned that under Prince Sullivan's rule...
Commander, you hold a senior post as an expert in Arab affairs. A post you earned through many years in the Gulf states. I wonder you have not absorbed more of the ways of Islam.
It isn't always easy for a foreigner.
Our absolute trust in Allah, for instance. What is so often termed our fatalism.
I find it hard to be fatalistic when so much is at stake politically.
Yes, extensive intercerebral hemorrhage. Originating in the left basal ganglia, involving the left lateral ventricle.
And it has been my great privilege to work closely with you for so many years.
I, too, have valued that association.
And I'm sure you will understand my concern that much we have achieved may now be put in jeopardy.
I can see into your heart. Have no fear. Allah, the Almighty, is the only reality and therefore the only truth. The trade treaty between our two countries will be signed.
With respect, sir. Prince Sullivan's policies are bound to be far less pro-West than those of his father. And when news of the death is announced, and Sullman assumes full power...
Allah has given a man 2 ears and 1 tongue, so we could listen twice as much as we talk.
Even so, sir, the Prince...
will listen to me.
Your Highness is most confident.
Because of my confidence in your Professor Hardy. You're the right man, Commander. You're the right man to bring us the truth behind my brother's death.
I hope so. On its own, the evidence of Dr. Hamad's cable is not enough to bring the foreign...
Are they not yet finished?
Soon, perhaps.
So it is done.
Yes.
And your conclusion, Professor?
Subject to laboratory tests, brain hemorrhage. Apart from the headache, your father would have suffered very little pain. The unconsciousness coincided with stroke.
Allah Ghafurun Rahim. Thank you, Professor.
I shall, of course, have a copy of your report.
It has been agreed with the coroner.
Sure.
Thank you, Commander Jennings. Professor, one final word, if you please. There is no doubt of this.
Oh, none whatever.
You have been told I objected to this post-mortem.
Outside the embassy, yes. I understand your need for secrecy.
More than that, Dr. Hamad believes I was against having it done anywhere.
Dr. Hamad? Now I don't understand.
He believes I have absolute faith in his diagnosis. Now you have confirmed it.
I have.
So, he's content.
Well, he is right.
Possibly.
Possibly.
There are signs, indications, that my beloved brother was murdered.
I beg your pardon?
Not medical signs. They would be too clever for that. No. Signs that his death was expected and that preparations have been made in anticipation of it.
I was told this was going to be a straightforward post-mortem. Now you come out with this. Why didn't you tell me before?
I would have done, but for the arrival of Prince Sullman, who interrupted us. Professor, a cable was sent yesterday by Dr. Hamad to his wife. A verse from the Quran.
The Quran?
Yes, you have stayed away till the day of resurrection. This is the day of resurrection.
Metaphysical speculation is not my province. What does that mean?
My brother's death leaves little doubt. The purpose of the message was to alert my nephew Sullman.
About what?
This is politically inspired.
Is it?
And has been carefully planned. They understand your English law. They knew a public post-mortem would be performed and that the findings would be the same as yours. They had a plane standing by, ready to transfer my brother's body straight back to Elard. After that, nobody would question anything. My message to Sullman that his father was ill was also public. He could not refuse it. I have been able to delay the announcement of the Sultan's death, but not for long. I must now move quickly. Professor, you are the foremost authority in your field. But is there anything you could have overlooked?
I was asked to give the cause of death, and I did. Cerebral hemorrhage. You now ask me, was the death natural? Or was it simulated to make it appear natural? Well, the answer is it is possible, but most improbable.
How might this have been possible? How might Sullman and Hamad between them have done this thing? Some poison, perhaps, you had not thought to search for?
Most improbable. Nothing that I could have searched for.
You speak in riddles.
Well, you are asking me riddles. My brother was a diabetic. He was receiving regular injections of insulin. He was also given antidepressant drugs.
So?
Well, these antidepressant drugs are quite harmless, provided the patient avoids adrenergics.
And what are they?
Oh, they can be found in foodstuffs such as cheese, yeast, meat extract.
So you think my brother may have been affected in this way?
No, I doubt it. Dr. Hamad said he was on a very strict diet. There was no visible trace of adrenergic in the stomach. Of course, laboratory tests might reveal something, but there are commonly prescribed medicines that contain adrenergics. Ephedrine, amphetamine could have been administered.
But how?
Well, possibly. There's insulin injection. Symptoms sort of appear just the same. Mounting hypertension followed by hemorrhage.
So you can go back and test in the blood.
You know, my blood sample's already gone to the lab. But you must understand, traces of these substances disappear very quickly. It's very possible the lab reports may show nothing at all. Wait a minute, there were some blood samples taken before he died, just after he went to hospital. And also, it might be interesting to look at the bottle that contained the insulin and the hypodermic.
Come, then.
Look, Dr. Hamad will almost certainly have destroyed them. Prince Rashid, I was asked for the cause of death. You're now asking me to speculate about the cause of death. Well, it is not my job to attribute guilt to anyone. And I would strongly advise you to pass your suspicions on to the coroner and into the hands of the law.
Professor Hardy, here in the embassy of El Ad, and for a short while, I am the law.
The monoamine oxidase antidepressants.
The dosage?
1 tablet morning and evening, as I said. But please, if you would explain...
And the insulin injections?
I kept it for him.
Where is it, please? Yes, but
Here.
it is unused.
I finished the previous bottle last night.
Where is it?
But why? The cause of death was conclusive. You have finished your examination.
I had.
Then what further questions can there be?
Well, Prince Rashid wishes my report to have details of his medication.
Where is the bottle?
And the hypodermic.
The hypodermic is destroyed. I threw it in the furnace. The empty bottle in the dustbin. I can look to see if it is still there.
Dr. Davis, you told me that a blood sample was taken soon after admission to hospital.
Yes.
Well, where do you think it would be now? The path lab?
Well, I doubt it. It would probably have been cleared out this morning. Why do you want it?
I just want to run some tests.
Well, the blood sample was divided into 4 parts. One was rushed off for the sugar count. We had the results of that.
Yes.
The others were for grouping electrolytes and hemoglobin. But they've probably been junked too. The Sultan died.
Look, I would be most obliged if you would go to the hospital and see if you can trace it. It really is rather important.
Right.
And Susan, would you go along with him?
Yes.
So, now we can go and find this insulin bottle.
Must be here somewhere. Now, I labelled up the sample for the sugar level myself. I gave it to the porter. He rushed it straight off to the path lab. I gave the rest of the sample to you to divide into 3 and then label. Now, can you remember what happened to them?
Well, I finished the labels. Then, because the porter wasn't back, I gave them to that new girl, Nurse Wilson, to take down when she had a moment.
Ah, so they might have got off to the path lab after all.
Don't think Wilson would have had time before the panic.
Panic.
The Sultan's cardiac arrest. Nurse Wilson, she was helping the anaesthetist, wasn't she?
Look, if she didn't take them down, I mean, where on earth could she have put them?
I suppose she's off duty now.
I'm afraid her shift finished half an hour ago.
Right, get on to the nurse's head.
Doctor, you are to be congratulated.
Your Highness.
A merciful dispatch, Dr. Hammond.
Your Highness, I must warn you, there could yet be danger.
Why? Professor Hardy agreed with you that it was a stroke.
Indeed, but now he has doubts.
What doubts?
Your uncle suspects.
That man mistrusts the very air he breathes. But so long as he has no evidence, no proof...
He could get it.
How? How? You assured me there would be no trace of how it was done. A simple stroke. How can Rashid get proof?
Your father survived the initial stroke. He was still alive when he arrived at the hospital.
So?
A blood sample was taken the moment he arrived and before he died.
What are you saying?
Professor Hardy is now looking for that blood sample. If he finds it, then there could be proof of the lethal level of adrenaline in the sample.
Proof? Proof of your hand in it?
Yes.
You fool!
If I'd injected too much, it would have been traceable in the blood even after death, and too little, he could have recovered.
This blood sample, would it be kept after my father's death?
No, normally it is thrown out.
Then for your sake, I hope this is so.
If Professor Hardy finds it, and if he finds proof of how the Sultan died, then there could be a public inquest.
Never.
The coroner will have Hardy's report.
It must be contained.
You cannot suppress such things here. This is England, not El Ard.
To quote their great war leader Churchill, nations have neither friends nor allies, only interests. I will show them that it is not in their interest to open this inquest.
And your uncle Rashid?
Must be prevented from learning the results.
Hardy has promised to send him the post-mortem report.
Leave that to me.
Yeah, for Omar Malik. M-A-L-I-K. Yes. Just the one for blood sugar. Right. Well, they can remember receiving the sample for blood sugar. They tested, then destroyed the sample. They're rechecking to see if they can find the others.
Would it help if we went down to get it?
I found her.
Nurse Wilson?
Yes, she was helping the needs, just as you said, Doctor. She was told to take down a replacement oxygen bottle, and she thinks she must have had those samples in her hand when she...
There they are.
Thank goodness for that.
Negative on ephedrine. What next?
Well, try adrenaline.
Follower of the true path.
What's that?
Apparently it's the literal translation of the name Rashid.
Oh.
Sultan Sullman.
Here?
No less.
A mountain comes to Muhammad. Your Highness?
Professor Hardy, please forgive this intrusion.
What can I do for you?
For El Ard, a great service.
Oh?
Please. As the new Sultan, I have to assume the role of head of state.
Yes.
It is the first duty to all who rule that they act with selfless responsibility regardless of personal feelings.
Of course.
So it is that even now in my hour of deepest grief, I must involve myself in affairs of state.
It is why you've come here.
Why I could not allow my uncle or some lesser person to come in my place. He is my close advisor now, as he was my father's. And of course, it was he who first brought to our attention the possibility of Dr. Hamad's treachery.
My tests are not yet complete.
Allah, so the Quran tells us, created man from a drop of blood. Rashid, my uncle, is aware, as I am aware, of the irony that a drop of blood could now destroy our Islamic state. He begged me to see you myself. Professor Hardy, our royal house must stand above reproach. Were one hint of, how shall I put it, irregularity about my father's death, and were this to be published, our enemies could use it to bring down our regime and open the way to anarchy.
I am not a politician, Your Highness.
Then do I have your word that your findings will not be published if they should confirm murder?
Whatever they may confirm, my findings are confidential. They go to the coroner and a copy to Prince Rashid.
To me, Professor. I have now supreme authority in El Ard and here at the embassy. You will send your report to me.
Well, I suppose that is in order.
And rest assured, if murder has been done, then the murderer will not go unpunished, according to our law.
I can believe that.
When will your report be ready?
Possibly tomorrow morning.
I will send a messenger. My uncle told me you are a man of the highest integrity. I believe that.
I'm glad. I think he is a man to be trusted.
His wisdom shall be my sword. Salam, Professor Hardy. God be with you.
Well?
Fascinating. How much or how little does he know?
Got it.
And so you should have done, considering what that machine cost me. Well, what's the reading?
In excess of 10 milligrams.
10? Well, mix that with an antidepressant drug.
Be lethal.
So Rashid was right.
Conclusive evidence of murder?
Non-natural causes.
Why did Sullivan come here?
To say that he is now the supreme ruler in Elard, and that I am to send my copy to him alone.
Not even to Prince Rashid?
No. He also said that if murder had been done, the murderer would not go unpunished.
Why should he talk of murder?
Well, Rashid wouldn't have told him, surely.
Well, according to Sullman, he has. Look, get Rashid on the phone for me, will you?
Rashid's days of influence must be numbered. Wouldn't it be more diplomatic to phone Commander Jennings first?
Oh, never mind about Jennings. What's the coroner going to say when he gets my report?
Oh, good evening. I have Professor Hardy for Prince Rashid, please. Oh, I see. Is he still there at the embassy, do you know? Would you ask him to telephone the Professor as soon as possible? Oh, I see. Thank you. They say he's indisposed.
Your Highness. Your Highness,
My plane will be leaving shortly. You will be on it. Kun mutaakid.
3 envelopes, one for the coroner, one for Prince Sullman, and this one is for Prince Rashid.
Thank you.
Rashid phoned you?
No. You've got to get a copy to Rashid. Now, what does your fertile imagination suggest?
Well, it's got to be delivered in person and into his hand. They've never seen me. I think tomorrow morning I'll apply for a visa.
Prince Rashid does not issue visas.
All I have to do is get in. Leave it to me after that.
The post-mortem report.
Yes, Your Highness.
Shocking revelation. My father murdered.
Yes.
Dr. Hamad, trusted for years. Now he has fled, gone without trace.
Gone?
He will be found. Rest assured, justice will be done.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yes. So you see, Commander, a public inquest would be totally superfluous. I need hardly explain to a man of your sensitivity that the death of my beloved father leaves the way open for much-needed reform in Elard.
No doubt.
However, this need not alter relations between our two countries.
Oh, I sincerely hope not.
I can foresee no reason to revise our fiscal policies, no cause to withdraw our financial reserves of sterling. Provided, of course, that I am allowed to sustain the status quo.
Allowed?
I am threatened, sir. We cannot prove who was behind Dr. Hamad's actions. And, as must be obvious to you, were this treachery to be made public, it could, let us say, drastically undermine my authority as head of state.
Oh, quite so, Your Highness.
So?
No inquest.
Well?
What about your uncle, Prince Rashid?
He was my father's counselor, not mine, Commander. You are dealing with a new regime now.
I see.
Elard is about to enter the 20th century. You can forget my uncle Rashid.
As you know, your father and Her Majesty's government were negotiating a new trade agreement.
Indeed.
One of mutual benefit.
Of course. The treaty will go through. A gesture of respect to the memory of my father.
Thank you. And I'm sure Your Highness is absolutely right. An inquest would be totally superfluous. I shall see to it.
Excellent, Commander.
There is also Professor Hardy.
I have already spoken with him. I think his discretion is assured.
How'd you get on this morning?
No problem.
You saw Rashid in person?
And in private.
How?
Well, I saw the visa clerk and told him I was a newsman and had to see Prince Rashid. The moment I mentioned a rumor about the Sultan being assassinated, Rashid came running.
Professor?
Yes?
It's the evening paper.
Well, what about it?
It's not good.
Price.
Yeah?
Prince Rashid announced this morning the death of his brother, Omar Malik, from natural causes.
Natural causes?
Yes, look here. Confirmed at a post-mortem conducted by pathologist Professor John Hardy.
Look, you're quite sure it was Rashid you gave it to?
Certain.
Yep. The older man, not the younger one.
The old one.
He read it and knew what was in it?
He knew.
Turn me into a tame pathologist. We'll see about that.
Professor! Professor!
Have you seen my report?
Yes, I did.
Well, you may choose to disregard the truth.
Professor, did you never hear of political expediency?
Expediency. Suppression of evidence. Condonement of what may very well be murder.
Not conclusive, as I understand it.
Don't talk rubbish, man.
Not in view of the political stakes involved and LR's continued economic support of the Sterling bloc. Professor!
Jennings. You won't be able to muzzle him, you know.
Oh?
He'll insist on the truth, on the facts being made public.
There are such things as D-notices.
There's still a foreign press.
In 1961, he was obliged to sign a declaration under the Official Secrets Act. These things remain valid.
My dear Professor, a renewed pleasure.
I came to see your uncle.
Yes, of course. Even so, it is my pleasure to thank you in person.
For what?
For your report, your discretion and understanding. My visit to your home, so rushed and informal, but yet so crucial to the future of my country.
Which you have now secured.
I had this prepared to send you as a small token of our esteem. It is fitting, truly merited. And now, if you will please excuse me, so many duties.
Holy Order of Elad. Professor, I have to compliment you on your report and its manner of delivery.
Which you have falsified and given in my name to the press, while condoning the guilt of Sullman.
Sullman is fatally impulsive, even to the point of conspiring his own father's death. He is also politically naive, ready to yield to the forces of revolution, to allow elections, to be midwife at the birth of his own downfall. Why do you think the deed was done in London? Because I would be away from my country, powerless to control the situation. But now, thanks to your skill and integrity, Sullman has your report, but he doesn't know that I have it too, nor that I know of Dr. Hamad's cable. Proof of murder is a formidable weapon.
So with that information, and having betrayed me, you now hold real power in Alad. Allah's truth, Prince Rashid.
Professor Hardy, I am an alim, blessed to interpret the will of Allah as to the destiny of my country, as an eternal bastion of holy Islam.
Well, I told you, Professor. It isn't always wise for the truth to be told.
Was there really nothing you could do?
They'll always win.